Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Today I'm going to go over big picture for uranium. We're going to step back, look at some of the big chart patterns and see what these patterns are telling us. If we're breaking large patterns, typically we're going to see large moves. So let's see what the uranium sector has and how big the chart patterns are and if we've broken any large chart patterns. So let's dive in and see what we have. So big picture uranium. So let's take a step back. Let's look at some of the bigger picture charts, see if they tell us anything. How does the uranium miner sector look from a technical standpoint? Do we have any buys at this moment? Any breakout of chart patterns? Has the bull market started? So let's jump in here. This is Camco, and look at that. It's just breaking out to the upside of this gigantic chart pattern. Looking very, very good for hopefully a new bull market. And if you look back here, you can see this downtrend was broken and it kind of went up a little bit, fell, and then took off. So it could do a similar pattern to this. This was a previous bull market just over here. So I think it's going to be something similar to that. Here's Encore Energy. We've got two little patterns here, kind of broke down and then shot higher. And now it looks like we're trying to break to the upside of this other pattern here. So, usually when they break these little patterns, sometimes they can run. But this looks extremely strong. So we'll see what happens here for Encore Energy. That's ENCUF. And this is focused in on ENCUF on that tip there. And that's what this tip looks like. Looks like it's popped out. We might back test to the top side here. We'll do a little back test and then go higher. But it's good that we broke out to the upside and it's looking really good. Here is Global Atomic, and I just kind of did this gigantic chart pattern here. And it looks like we broke to the upside, it back tested. This is very common to do this, and we're making our way higher here. So I would assume that Global Atomic would continue to go higher over this gigantic chart pattern of, this is 2010 here, so this is a very large chart pattern, and it's broke out and making new highs. So that's very encouraging. Here's Deep Yellow and its large chart pattern, 2017. Draw in the pattern here. Looks like it's got a sharp break higher here. So this is going to look pretty good, and it's probably going to continue to go higher. Whenever you break these large chart patterns, they're going to run for a good long while. So it's looking exceptionally good. Here's GoviEx Uranium. Big chart pattern again, and it broke to the upside, kind of just going sideways. You might see it pick up some steam and start going higher at a greater rate. Here's Bannerman Resources. They've all got similar patterns here. This guy's just going sideways. Maybe it's going to make a break to the upside here. We'll see. But probably soon, over the next year or so. Here's Denison Mines. This chart pattern broke to the downside and it's meandering all over the place right now. So we'll see where this thing ends up. Here's Uranium Energy Corp. Again, it's a large chart pattern just skimming along the bottom here. Canalaska looks like it went and broke to the upside. So it's probably going to go higher, sideways or higher, is my guess. Next Gen Energy, it's still in a very large chart pattern here. So we still have some work, but you might see a big break to the upside at some point, whenever it breaks out of this pattern. Fission Uranium Corp. This one looks pretty good. It's been declining into this wedge pattern, broke out to the upside, and is back testing on the top of the pattern right now. Looks pretty good. ISO Energy broke out of this big pattern here, moved higher, and it broke out the top side of this, we'll call it wedge pattern. It looks like it's back testing on the top. We'll see if it breaks higher or if it comes back in and tests this uptrend line. It's one to watch. And Baseload, look at that. Nice big pattern here. Getting out to the tip. Probably, we'll see if it breaks to the upside or not, but it's one to watch. So uranium's looking pretty good. They've got large chart patterns. The majority of them are breaking to the upside or they're still in their pattern. So I expect a very big move coming up. 2021 should be a good year. Will it pull back somewhere between, now and 2021? We'll see. I don't have the crystal ball here, but usually when chart patterns break to the upside, Usually the path of least resistance is either sideways or higher. I don't see these things completely breaking down, going to the downside, outside of a complete shutdown of the economy. I mean, if they do that, then it's all game off for everything. So Deep Yellow looks incredibly good. GoviX, Global Atomic, look like Camco looked pretty good, but all of them look pretty good. Fission looked really good. It broke out of its chart pattern, back testing the top of it. So Uranium looks good to go to me from a chart perspective, and these are very large charts, multi-year charts that they're breaking. So I think path of least resistance is higher. So this is Finding Values channel. If you enjoy this content, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe. Thank you.